I'll be reacting to Worst Eras of the Internet by Tommy NFG.
Changed to degrees that haven't been seen in the billions of years on Earth. It's crazy to me. The internet. Our lives ever since. The internet. Our lives ever since the inception of the internet have changed to degrees that haven't been seen in the billions of years on Earth.
Fucking
It's crazy to me
PlayStation
how
server gift.
comedy on the internet from 15 years ago went from videos like this to videos like this now. Like, what the
Gang, you guys have no idea. I remember, I think it was last year when that came out, when I was in school, actually, no, 2023. I had a friend, and he all the time would have this on his phone every time I saw him, or every meme that he came across was the new 4G's meme. It was the funniest shit in the world now.
even happened between these years? Which is what gave me the idea to look back at these internet eras, because people don't realize how fast we move on in the internet. Let's first start off with one of the most universally hated eras on the internet. You honestly couldn't pay me any amount to go back and live in this time. I don't even think it would be worth it. And that is the
clout era?
Instagram
Oh.
clout era. Every day living in this era brought me closer to just calling it quits altogether. The Instagram clout era was an internet era in time which pretty much consisted of this. People that were annoying as shit
Lil
were
Vicky,
being
Lil
annoying
Pump,
as
and
shit and becoming famous for being annoying
Okay.
as shit. Oh, that sums it up. Come on, I want to hear the clapping entourage. We can pretty much just end this segment right here. On the real, the Instagram clout era was a time between
Long neck.
2016 to 2019 where a group of random individuals would
Honestly,
captivate
though,
the people of the world by doing shocking
I don't-
things in front
I
of a
missed that
camera,
era
then
only
posting
'cause
it
of
on Instagram
what
where
I was in.
people would watch and share with
Oh.
their friends, laughing at how stupid it was. And did
What
you
the
hear how I
fuck?
said laughing at how stupid it was?
Yeah.
People weren't laughing with them, they were
laughing at them.
They kind of made themselves the punching bag of the internet. It was also
Yeah.
kind of like Jackass, except way worse and
I
not
feel like
funny.
that's like having to do with anything though. Like if you want to get famous, like I feel like the one of the best ways to get famous is by making yourself look like a complete and utter fucking tool. Like making yourself look stupid, cuz then you have people having their eyes on you and they're like interacting and they're like, "Oh my god, this person's stupid." Like they don't think of like all the hate that could come with it. I guess I don't know. I mean, that's what I think.
Our main contenders in this category include people like Lil Tay, Bad Baby, Whoa Vicky.
Oh my god, did you guys hear what's going on with Lil Tay, Bad Baby, and Whoa Vicky and that whatever Barker girl? I haven't been keeping up with it. If you guys want, I will watch a video reacting to the whole drama. But like, I saw Lil Tay was live on Twitch the other day, like 2 days ago, and I was like, what the fuck could Lil Tay possibly have to talk about?
Boonk, Supreme Patty, Lil Pump.
Oh my
and
god,
and I like
Supreme
to see how
Patty,
there's
bro.
things
The only thing I remember about Supreme Patty was when he like would always put lemons and hot sauce in his eyes. I wonder what he's up to right now. Let's check what he's up to. This type of videos.
A lemon, a lime, and a Glock. I'm about to let it pop.
Let it pop? The lemons.
Like, bro, this cannot be good to your eyes.
That's exciting.
Those are juicers.
Flip? There it is.
Like, that cannot be good firearm safety.
don't even remember half the names of these motherfuckers anymore. There was a bunch of these people
Yeah.
that would use their odd looks as a gag, and that's all they offered. And they would always end up in each other's videos for some reason. It was like this giant circle of clout
Yeah.
happening from each other.
I
The most
remember.
annoying, I would say, out of all these people,
I
has
remember
gotta
that.
be Boonk, Whoa Vicky, and Lil Pump. Boonk quite literally
I don't
got
think
famous
so.
for going into stores and robbing them. I don't care what.
All right, now call me wrong about this, but I don't think Lil Pump was that bad. Like, Whoa Vicky was fucking annoying, right? Like, and Boonk also was kind of annoying, but like, Lil Pump, all he did was make rap music, if I'm not mistaken. That's all he did. I would replace him with like Supreme Patty, because shit he did actually kind of harmed him. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know. I'm
What
not
y'all
a.
say, to this
That's
day,
just what I
there
think.
is no social media influencer who gave zero like he did. Like when he went into a
is
Dunkin'
true.
Donuts store and just yanked the rack of donuts, which got him on the news. Or when he went into a store and recorded himself stealing a diamond watch. And
There's
last,
no way
he
that he actually
recorded
did that stuff,
himself
though.
Stealing a whole ass dog. She's so cute. She cute as.
How much you want for it? Two. 2,000. What type of dog is it? 2,000. Oh shit! Fuck this shit.
Boot gang. I remember that shit would have everybody back in the day. Everybody in school, everybody in that era. Every time they would grab something, They say boot gang, whole lot of gang shit. I remember that. I remember like a lot of kids in my class doing that. And like seeing random people on the internet do that.
Enough how Boonk ruined a generation of kids by making them think stealing is
That's
a
what-
way
yep.
to get famous and posting it on social media. Well, Vicky got famous for pretending to be black. Yeah, the stuff
Yeah.
Will Vicky was doing in this era would definitely not slide in the 2020s. She was out here fighting like a Spartan warrior to prove she was black. When the evidence was clearer than the sky, bitch didn't have a drop of melanin within her parents. Her presence was always weird to me in this era because you could tell she was trying to imitate the stereotypical black girl. Before y'all say I'm exaggerating either, just look at some of these clips right here. You can't say I'm exaggerating.
The next you gotta get the walk. I'm telling all y'all white folks right now, y'all need to control y'all badass kids. Cause maybe Jitty can get away with cussing y'all niggas out. But I'm telling you, if Shaniqua try that
Why a typically ghetto name? Why can't a black girl be named Betty? Yeah.
shit with me, I'm gonna beat that whole ass. I don't give a fuck if you is my blood.
Someone sign her up for baddies, bro. They'd take her.
I hope I prove my point here. She also dropped this classic diss track on Rice Scum, which
Oh,
will be
I
number
remember
one because
Rice
of
Gum.
copyright, obviously, and number two.
Apparently he has a
because-
kid now.
Just watch it and you'll see why I can't put it on this video. And last is the king of this no brain cell era, Lil Pump. I think Lil Pump was a true pioneer in all of the dog shittery that happened at the time.
Was
really
he?
had all the new rappers coming into the industry questioning if they had to get face tats and colored dreads to make it. And to his credit, it happened for a while. There's a group of discarded SoundCloud rappers out there with permanent face tats I know they regret now. Hope Lil Xan's doing good. His Instagram posts were also annoying. He's the
I
one
heard
that
Lil Xan's
inspired
doing
these
good.
kids to be obsessed with flexing, thinking their worth is nothing.
Oh my
without a
God.
Supreme t-shirt or a Gucci hoodie.
Oh my
or
god, I
a
remember the
Gucci-
random ass kids who would come into my class with a Supreme hoodie and a Supreme shirt on. Like, we all know you got that from fucking, like, the 99-cent store, bro. Come on.
He also had all the little kids saying Gucci gang
Which, there's nothing wrong with that.
for that year, which was beyond painful.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Gucci
so
Gang.
glad we are
That
done
song
with it. I still can't
unironically
believe the
did
song
kinda
has
slap,
1.1
though.
billion views. Music must have been in a disparaging drought for something new. So overall, this is probably the one era on this list where I see no good came from it at all. There's so much more in these people, but this is about enough I can endure talking about it, and I highly recommend checking out Patrick CC's video that fully goes in depth on it. The last person I've ever seen survive this is Drewski, but even
Oh my
then, I don't know
gosh.
if that really counts. He
We've
kinda came
reacted
into
to
that
Drewski
era
on the
when it was
channel.
ending, and he's just a naturally funny guy. I can't really say the rest for whatever the these things are.
Oh my
Next, we got
God.
another era that is also linked to ruining a generation of kids, aka the 2016
Oh my
YouTube
god. My era. My era.
edgy era. Now I've talked about this
Joji
era
is amazing.
many times on this channel, and there's no way I couldn't include it. But it's weird to me because I have a love and hate relationship with this era.
I have a
The
love
side
relationship
is that a lot of people,
and hate, I
including
guess.
me, grew up on this era and have some fond memories of this time. I've been personally inspired by creators from that time to this day. Shit, even Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast, was making edgy content at the time.
Not only do black people not have rights in Roblox, but neither do women. Like, when did Roblox get so realistic?
Although your favorite creators now may look like super amazing, family-friendly, ethical people who could never even hurt a fly.
Look at him.
A little of that era still lingering that they can't show or they'll get canceled and packed off platforms. I know for a fact a lot of the biggest YouTubers now were definitely watching back then. Then again, I don't even blame them because there's a reason I put it on this list. You had the most wildest, insane, out-of-pocket things getting consumed by the masses and having them think it's just normal. It was typical for a commentary
Oh,
channel in
man.
2016 to 2018.
The old CSGO surf gameplay.
Leafy is here. To bully random kids.
Isn't Leafy having a, like, isn't he, like, engaged or
Have
having a
millions
kid?
of people bully that
I think
kid
he's having a
together.
kid.
Filthy Frank was dropping videos on how he wanted to smash Nickelodeon girls. iDubbbz making kids think it's normal to call people every type of slur in the book in the name of comedy. YouTube was truly in its finale for how far edginess could be pushed before they had to make a change. I wasn't joking when I say this ruined a generation of kids because I was a part of it. I swear I thought it was normal for people to call me certain names when it definitely was not because of this era. And of course my immature dumbass took some of the lingo straight out of these videos and ripped it out to people in game voice chats. This is my apology to those who had to witness. It honestly dawns on me now how normalized it was when you had the biggest creator on the platform just straight up drop the
I feel
unedited
all right. I feel.
full, no context N-word bomb on a public live stream. I still don't know what was going on. My only thought is the time period.
No, honestly, I can't believe I survived that fucking era, bro. Because I know I definitely said some crazy shit. It wasn't as crazy, but it was pretty crazy because of these three people, or these two people right here. I never really watched iDubbbz like that. I watched Leafy and Frank. That's really it. But I didn't really religiously watch them though.
It was just so casual for anyone to say that word.
I know for a fact I've heard a lot of fucking, like he said, a lot of things. I heard like so much that shouldn't have been said to people.
Zero consequences on YouTube. As a matter of fact, it was encouraged by their fans to say the words, which made it even worse. And now a majority of them have changed for the better, but this time will never be forgotten. I'm gonna be telling my grandkids stories of it like I'm a
Like a
veteran
war
who fought
story.
in Vietnam. I'm also seeing a lot more people nowadays saying they want the old Mr. Beast or old KSI or old iDubbbz or old PewDiePie, talking about
I miss them back when they weren't scared and said what was on their mind.
what? Like when iDubbbz was dropping the full N-word bomb and saying that grape is good as a joke? The PewDiePie bridge
I don't
incident?
remember
Any of
that.
Filthy Frank's old songs? That stuff slides right on when you're younger, but they're full grown-ass men now. You expect them to be making these type of jokes now? Nah, they're at the age where they need to start having kids before it's too late. Now,
Yeah.
the next era I'm gonna
Oh my
talk about is
God.
when
Y'all seen PewDiePie? Look at this man, bro. He's finally living. He's actually living the man dream. I'm trying to find the with him and Marzia right there. Yo, he is living the life.
You're handling the money?
That's my YouTuber, man. Wait, whoa. Wait. I do not condone everything he's done in the past that is offensive.
actually bullied by
Gotta
the
say that real quick.
2016 YouTube era. The Musically era.
The
think
Musically
was
era.
actually the first platform to have kids become truly famous for no reason. Before this,
Yep.
it was adult celebrities that this would happen to, like the Kardashians. But it never really happened to kids like that unless their parents were already famous or they were a famous actor. The main contenders in this category
Jacob
were
Sartorius.
Jacob Sartorius, Baby Ariel, Zola Verne, Malu Trevejo, Daniel Cohn, etc. And their rise to fame was like no other, shedding their blood, sweat, and tears with countless hours spent crafting their work to perfection. Nah, I'm just f***ing with you. Can you imagine? Musically was the time where people
Oh my
would
gosh.
record
Oh
themselves
my gosh.
lip syncing to songs and dancing. Unlike TikTok, though, there was
Yo,
no
what's up, buddy?
coordination in 99% of these dances. Like, what is bro doing right here? What is happening?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I go back in the day and I find like some of my old videos, I know for a fact there's like some cringy shit out there because I know I have actual cringe videos that I could watch on stream. Should I watch them on stream? I have no idea though. But it was very popular for people to be fucking cringe back then.
The camera as a replacement to this. And we ended up with some of the most atrocious content to ever hit social media platforms. I think a lot of people forget that Musically was a reason why cringe comps even became a popular thing. There was hundreds of these cringe comps posted daily on the
I
newest
still gotta
things that people could laugh
do
at
another
from
one.
Musically. And a lot of it was kids, which I do kind of feel bad about now. It's 5 years later after Musically has ended, and I just know that digital footprint hidden hard for some of them kids. I'm making the call right now. We're gonna have our president get elected in 30 years who posted cringe Musicallys when he was 12. That'll be the true point of America's break. I can't imagine any country could take a president serious when he was recording himself lip syncing to Chris Brown at 12. The person the internet hated to the max from this era was Jacob Sartorius. To this day, there are multiple cringe comps on Jacob Sartorius.
I saw Jacob Sartorius recently. He's not doing bad for himself. Like he's not cringe either. Like he kind of grew up obviously, but cat.
Still up. And every single commentary YouTuber was going at this man's throat for his videos. Which, look, okay, I didn't really like Jacob Sartorius either, but I damn near felt bad for the guy. I mean, bro was 13 years old and getting blasted on commentary videos every day. I have videos from when I was 13 on this channel, and just know y'all will never see them in the light of day. A lot of these Musically stars also failed to transfer to TikTok, which is critical for staying alive in this attention internet world. It's almost kind of sad to look at it, like Jacob Sartorius having 11.5 million followers on Instagram and getting 10,000 likes per post just shows it. And we can now confirm the era of these pseudo stars is officially dead.
Over.
But another era that links directly to this one took
TikTok
over
era?
the filth that Musically stars left behind. The TikTok dance era.
Bro.
Now, was deciding whether
I'm gonna say it right now. I used to have a big ass crush on Charlie D'Amelio. No, I know. She's. However you may feel about her, her and Addison Rae. No, you know who I had a big ass crush on back in the day? Hold up, bro. I used to have the fattest crush on this girl. Anyways, enough with the self-sabotage.
I wanted to include this or not because it matches the exact same description as the Musical.ly era, but it does have some exceptions to it. The TikTok dance era actually included more movement in the dances, like using your hands, throwing it back, and really just any part of your body that can make a movement. The main contenders here were
Charli D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio. Yo, y'all saw what happened to Dixie D'Amelio?
Bryce Hall. Lopez brother.
Bro, Bryce Hall is actually pretty funny now. I'm not gonna lie, I find Bryce Hall. Why is there bars behind there?
Etc. And just like the Musical.ly era, it was a group of teens and young adults making videos together, which included dancing, lip syncing, and viral sounds.
Oh my god, the
I
houses.
think it was more popular than the Musical.ly era because they capitalized on drama 10 times more. I mean, we can't forget about the disaster known as the Hype House, which if you don't know, because let's be realistic real quick, no one over the age of 20 years old even knows what this is, was a house consisting of the biggest TikTokers at the time to record TikToks in, and all of the social media blogs would eat up any drama produced from this garbage dump. I was just sitting there thinking to myself every time I saw one of these dumb stories from one of these drama blogs, I really don't care. To this day, I still don't know the demographic that was eating up this content, but it was working.
Children, probably.
Hollywood Fixes channel as proof. I like to compare this channel to TMZ, except more rundown, more elusive, more invasive, and I hate the guy's voice. He was uploading videos daily of these TikTokers, nearly stalking them everywhere they go. Each of them have millions of views.
I remember that.
Which shows there was
Bro, I always found that so fucking weird. I find being paparazzi so actually fucking weird because. Especially a paparazzi to a bunch of young children influencers. Like, you're a paparazzi, quite literally, going like this to a child and stalking where they're going to be just because they're influencers. I find that really fucking weird.
For it. And that's why I think Netflix got the idea to make the Hype House show.
Vinny Hacker.
I've never seen a Netflix show more shit on by the masses than this one. I fully blame Netflix too because you really thought a group of teens who got famous for doing 5-second dances and lip syncing would be able to act. And you know the show is bad when it's rated worse than Cuties out of all things. How the f that even possible?
That's
you can't
insane.
Recover from a wound like this.
That's
just bleed out
insane.
at that point. This era is pretty much dried up now, and the last time I've even heard of one of these people was when Charli D'Amelio got passed by Khaby Lame to become the most followed TikToker. Next is a shorter era, but I just want to cover it a little bit. The World Star era.
Oh
Worldstar,
my gosh.
also known as Worldstar Hip Hop, is a social media company who became big for posting memes, posting music on their channel, and fight videos. Lots and lots
of fight videos.
There was a time where anytime any minuscule fight happened on some random nowhere street corner, someone was pulling out their phone yelling,
Worldstar!
And everyone from every conceivable nation would run down to see if a fight was actually happening. That's how much it was linked to fighting.
I remember that, bro. I was in school during the Worldstar hip hop era. Tell me why every time there was a fight anywhere, it was just Worldstar with their fucking with their fucking phone flashlights. Worldstar, oh my god, Worldstar.
More tame version of Live Leak. I just mainly didn't like this era because it started the stereotype of black people fighting all the time. It was like they were allergic posting any other skin color getting into an altercation. The setting was always the most hood, the most ghetto, the most rundown area in the slums. This gave racist ammunition and they still use it to this day. I'm not lying. Go ahead and look at any Twitter account that posts fights on the daily. Look at a video of black people fighting, then look at a video of any other race fighting, and come back to tell me which comment section is worse. It'll be bursting with comments like, and these are the people who get to have rights. Typical. What else do we expect from them? Oh, God. But Black Lives Matter though, right? I am full-fledged putting the blame on Worldstar for this effect. Next is an era that bring out the most garbage people that
I just want to point something out. His bookshelf is quite literally on life support. There is so much fucking books that it's bending. You can see the physical bend.
The vlogging era.
Oh,
YouTube
I remember the
has
vlogging
always
area.
been a thing
Area?
since the dawn
Era.
of the platform. But let's be real, 2012 to 2019 was the peak of YouTube vlogging. It was a time where people would be posting videos daily of them doing things. I wonder what type of disaster this
Get ready
could
with
lead
me.
to, recording every action done throughout the day and posting it online. Now, at the start, it wasn't too bad in my
Reaction
opinion.
video?
You had gems like Casey Neistat or Roman Atwood vlogs, which I don't think get enough credit. But enter the
Roman
Paul
Atwood was
brothers,
my
enter
favorite.
The Clout House, and they leveled this bitch to the ground. I remember when Jake Paul was actively recording the Team 10 household, and it was just disaster after disaster. They functioned together so bad that there's a video going over their worst moments with 24 million of
They probably, to my defense, not my defense, but to their defense, they probably only did that for like the clicks and the clout. Because I don't think actively there will be people doing this just regularly.
views. He was genuinely just an asshole who showed it on camera and got famous. And it was the same thing with Logan, the Clout House,
probably
and a
all
lot of these vloggers.
fake, though.
I don't know what type of ego they had in their minds, but it was pumping in their brains hard. We can't forget either that this era caused one of the most controversial YouTube scandals that hasn't been topped. Ain't no one ever make a comeback like Logan Paul. At the time vlogging was blowing up also, it was becoming more and more easier to use your phone as a piece of equipment. So kids were trying to be like their favorite YouTube vlogger, Jake Paul, and recording videos to hopefully become famous. That's why I blame this era for kids wanting to be YouTubers when they grow up. Like, bro, I was thinking astronaut or doctor, and you choose vlogging? And I know that sounds hypocritical coming from me, but at least when I was younger, I wanted to be an astronaut and I failed, so you. Next is an era that made many rich and a lot more
Clout
poor.
or NFT?
NFT/crypto era. There was a certain time,
This is the worst
long ago,
era.
where crypto and NFTs were on the rise. First, it was crypto, with every coin out of nowhere 10xing, giving the worst type of people out there money. Then it was NFTs that followed after, which gave another group of horrible people out there unlimited cash to spend. When this first started happening, everyone was kind of, with the demand comes people to take advantage of it. You had every crypto coming out of the book and promising people that it would 10x them soon. Soon they would be going to Section 8.
Oh my god, y'all heard about the fucking Hawktua girl crypto? Bro.
The Bahamas. Dogecoin, Yecoin, Spank Chain, Neon Coin are just
Spank
a few
Chain?
I found from one search. And I don't know what the was happening, but it was working. People were actually betting their life savings on Dogecoin, praying that it would take them out of poverty. Taking Elon Musk's word as gospel on any time he mentioned it. Then celebrities and influencers would be taking any bag from these crypto places to pass out the garbage. Unlike now that we know they're a scam, people didn't back then when it was new, when people got their entire lives ruined. What truly confirmed the whole scam aspect to it from influencers was Save the Kids.
I remember that.
But honestly, you know,
okay, I would. When did this video come out? A year ago. Oh, never mind.
Thing for NFTs, I saw a lot more mainstream celebs trying to promote it. For some reason, a lot of celebrities love the Bored Ape, which I can't help but to feel happy about. No matter how much richer they are than you or more famous than you, at least you didn't buy a Bored Ape for $500,000. Them bitches are worth a solid 2 tin cans and a butt now. I used to think celebrities were smart when I was younger, and this time period just proved to me how much I was lied to as a child. They were also
It's because they made easy money off of telling you that you were going to make money for shit. Like, for nothing.
Also hundreds of influencers and celebrities coming out with their own NFT projects. Yeah, I've never seen one of these succeed for the people that bought them, so...
Is he going to talk about Logan Paul?
But I feel like NFTs were more obviously stupid to the public because you're just buying a picture that anyone can screenshot. Even the dumbest of the public questioned the validity of that, saying, yo, this is kind of dumb. The crypto coins, though, people definitely fell for it more.
I remember the fucking... I remember the era of, like, people would be like, is this your NFT? It was the funniest shit ever.
Investment, and that's just kind of sad to think about. And this last era I'm going to talk about is one we're actually still in right now. The Matrix era. Now, I know I've made a whole video on this, and I've talked about this before. I know we're technically still in this era, but I can already see this being certified as horrible for the future generations to come. Andrew Tate truly changed the landscape online for good. It's so weird because he's so ingrained into social media as of now that I don't even remember talking about it. The time period I'm talking about, though, was when he was blowing up and his clips were absolutely everywhere. You can't even lie. There was a certain point where you couldn't ignore Andrew Tate. You had
Yeah.
Long John Silver Schlong, dick riders in his comments, always saying the same thing. If it was a clip of him on TikTok, it was a comment like, "Call me Tate W." If it was someone disagreeing with Tate, it was,
was
the
just
comment,
Tate
"What color is
Ws."
your Bugatti, though?" Now that the dick riding like that has stopped, I'm at the point where I
The
think
dick
these
mobile
weren't
in
even real
GTA.
human beings. I think there were bots that were programmed with those 2 lines, and that was it. I
Well,
truly
bucket.
hated Andrew Tate's dick riders more than him a lot of times. It's not like the evidence is erased
For
either.
real.
I guarantee if you go to any old TikTok from when he was blowing up, you'll see comments like that. And then you had people like Sneeko pop up who were an exact representation of what happens when you take the Tate broth. I don't think anyone who was watching Sneeko would have guessed the route
Wait,
he
has
would take for
Sneeko been doing his own content, like the whole
content
type of
in the
content
next
forever?
year. He's also that pure example of why I call this the Matrix era. Any nanoscopic type of problem that happened was the Matrix's fault to him. It was only until Moist Critical actually
I
had
remember
a decent
that.
conversation with him that I think he realized, yeah, maybe some of this shit just isn't the Matrix fault. Which to any normal person would have been obvious as hell. The lingo has also carried on to regular folks.
I mean, you
and
gotta
not-
understand though. They have to like keep doing this shit for their audience, because if they don't, if they have all of a sudden, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore, they're gonna have a fucking problem. Like the problem is gonna be that they're gonna lose their traction, they're gonna lose their audience, like, so they have to maintain their fucking Sigma like Matrix fault because of that.
teens in high school saying,
Of course the Matrix is after me, and Tate is spitting facts. You're just mad.
buddy, you work at Walgreens as a cash register. The Matrix is not out to get you. It also brings this new epidemic of
Oh, I
alpha
hate
males
this.
trying to copy Andrew Tate's
That's the one
strat.
thing
I
I-
fully think we should just
I will always hate the alpha male type fucking videos, bro.
around and
They're
have a
so bad.
prohibition like they did in the 30s on podcasts for a while, but that's just me. Whenever I see these alpha male clips, it's so obvious to me that they're trying to bait shit, and I would think regular human beings
Yeah.
would be able to tell. But we're in 2023, and that's basically gone. So young men just go dick riding from alpha podcast to alpha podcast to
I mean,
alpha
that's the thing,
podcast,
though. I'm sorry for
absorbing
pausing so much, but like, young men. That's what you just said. You said they're young men who are eating that shit up. They're young men, so they really don't have anybody else to follow. So they're trying to follow the people who are like, "Oh, you're bad, you're shit, you're terrible." Like they're listening to these people, and sadly, it's getting to them. Which sucks.
any type of talk against the Matrix and more to make them feel like Tate.
They're
The dark
taking
reality could hit
advantage.
them like a semi-truck when they realize in 10 years none of the courses work. So overall, these are the worst internet
Courses
errors
suck,
I've
though.
got, which I think either aren't missed or won't be missed. I don't think future civilizations will recover on our remnants and want to study TikTok stars or Bored Ape NFTs. You guys can let me know if I missed any errors, because there's so many errors online that
I can't get over that bookshelf on the life support. All right, that was a good video by Tommy G, man.